What is up, YouTube? Today we're gonna install this big old sucker, right? So this here is a track bar that's supposed to recenter the axle on this truck, because I did measure it and it is about a 1/4 inch too far to the driver's side. So hopefully this big old behemoth changes that. So I did measure it. We're gonna measure it again once we install this, and we'll see if it fixes it or if this is just a load of crap. But before we do that, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let's hop into this. All right, I don't know if I want to bore you guys with the bolts that you need to take off, but I'll show you anyway. So this bolt right here needs to come out. This is your factory track bar right here, right? So it hooks to the axle right here and hooks to the frame right here. So you need to take this bolt out and this nut. You're probably going to need to double wrench this one, and then you might need to throw some vice grips on this boot right here, but I will let you know once I finish doing this. So I'm going to rip this out real fast. You don't need to jack the truck up because this isn't really supporting anything. So let's take this off real fast. I'm going to show you this part just so you know, right? So this little piece right here is going to be tied into your axle. It's going to be pressed in, so you're going to need a, I use this sucker right here, a big old hammer. You're going to whack the crap out of it and get it to pop out of, let me show you, right here. So you're going to use a hammer for that. Let me tell you, it's a 24 millimeter to get that nut off. And then if you come to this side, right here, so this bolt, the factory bolt, is a 30. So I got a 3/4 inch socket. That's a 30 millimeter with an adapter to a 1/2 inch. And you're gonna want to use, what's up, Bubba? Oh, I see. Okay, we got juice. And then you got some kind of leverage, because you're gonna need it, because that thing's torqued to like 400 foot-pounds. So leverage is your friend. So now let me show you the track bar real fast. Holy moly. All right, this 50-pound thing, whatever it is, right? So this little lock nut right here, you're gonna need to torque this to 200 foot-pounds, right? You'll have a little sticker right here where it tells you what to torque it to. You clean out the threads on the ball joint end and put Loctite on it, torque it to 200 foot-pounds. I put a torque stripe on here, right? A really fat torque stripe, just so I can make sure, like, if I get under the truck just occasionally, I can make sure this isn't cracked across. If it's cracked across, that means it broke its torque value and we'll have to retorque it. But anyways, this is your track bar for a 2.5 inch level. You're gonna put it, hold on, this kid is loud, man. Tractor's gone. Anyway, you're gonna measure this to 37 inches and like 5/16, I think it is, for a 2.5 inch level. Don't ask me what 4.5 inch lift is, because I don't have that and I didn't care to read that part. Anyway, 2.5 inch level, or 3.5 on the newer Fords, is 37 inches from the center of this eyelet to the center of this eyelet, and you're gonna want them perpendicular, which just means, like, as this one faces you guys, this side is facing the ceiling. So it looks like that, more or less, right? And it's gonna be attached to the frame and then to the axle, just like so. So let's go put this on. I know you're probably gonna have these instructions and you can read, hopefully, but just to verify, if you don't still have this one and you have a 2.5 inch level, you did it wrong. This is for the 4 inch lift, or 4.5 inch lift, right? So if you look here, right, this is the big one, this is the little one, this is your level, this is lifted 4.5 inches. So just to verify, right, you should still have that, and only a washer and the nut go on the bottom. And then here's your spacers, one on the bottom, one on the top, a washer, and a bolt head. So let's go check it out. Under the truck, here's where we're lined up, right? So you have two spacers that are gonna go in here. You got like a shorter one that's beveled and then a longer one that's beveled. The longer one's gonna go in the back. The shorter one will be in the front. And the instructions, the reasoning for this is that it offsets it to the front of the vehicle ever so slightly. But here's where it sucks, because this nut is torqued to 406 foot-pounds, and most torque wrenches that will go to 406 pounds are longer than the distance from here to your tire, right? So I had to torque it from the bolt head side. If I were to do this over, I would have turned this around and ran the bolt head through the rear to the front, but to each his own. We'll figure it out, and I'll put some torque stripe on here and see what the torque's like. But this is 406 foot-pounds. Make sure you have your little spacers oriented the right way, so the short spacer in the forward-most part of the vehicle and the longer one in the rear. And then sliding on over, oh, if I can move, here we go. All right, so here, this is what I'm talking about, right? So you'll have that little spacer right there, one on top, a washer and a bolt head, washer, and your nut, right? And this is, what is it, 250 foot-pounds is what this is. And you are gonna need a deep socket. You can't do this with a shallow. So before you start this adventure, I would go to Harbor Freight or whatever it is you get your nuts and stuff from and invest in one of those. And then you're supposed to put a zip tie around this so nothing gets in it, but I don't really know how I'm going to do that because it's pretty, I don't know. But anyway, there's our track bar. So let me measure it and we'll see if it fixed it. All right, so now it's a 1/4 inch difference. So it sticks out a 1/4 inch more on the passenger side than the right hand side, the driver's side. Which, I don't know, it's weird because I figured I would have adjusted it. You know, I don't really understand why it's different now, but just so you guys know, right? So here's where we're sitting on driver's side, right? Here's our mark on the blocked tread mark, right? Passenger side, the blocked one right here. So I don't know. And to top it all off, our alignment is totally messed up. So that's with the tires straight. Isn't that awesome? So it has an appointment to get aligned on Thursday. So I don't know, that's kind of weird, but you know, I guess they'll figure it out when they align it and adjust drag links, I guess. I don't know, it's super weird. And now, but like before we did that and we had this stock one on, like the alignment, it was a little off, right to the left. Yeah, it was off to the left, just like a smidge. It was barely cranked to the left. Now it's like full on cranked to the right. So, I don't know. It was a guessing game, I guess, because I have no idea what went wrong. But everything's torqued, so I don't know. That's how you put it on, and that's what it looks like. It didn't center the axle, I'll tell you that much. So if you guys know what the track bar does besides tie in the frame to the axle and help with death wobble, please let me know, because I'm at a loss for words. I have no idea. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time, and sorry, I'll see you next time.